Yo, 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 what up, everybody? CJ Show number 6, episode 6. A little NA-EU cross region, technically, unless you want to still count Big Noly as an EU boy. But we're doing a little bit of a major show. We've got all the regionals are finished, and here we are, obviously myself, Chrome, and Jarzo. But we have Archie, our first return guest, and Noly making his debut on the show, boys. Welcome.
Debut, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks, CJ, for bringing me back again.
Well, we just know that, people have already said it in chat. This is going to be the non-PR show. So I'm looking forward to this one. A bit of an NA-EU spice. I'm not too sure how biased Noly's going to be with NA, or he's still on the EU side of things. But Archie, I want to start with you because, look, we tried to we didn't have a show last week. I tried to get you on the show. You had a bit of trouble in regional number 2. We did bounce back in regional number 3, but was there a bit of nerves going into the final regional?
Nah, because we were so far ahead in points. There was no need to be nervous. We were nervous. We wasn't nervous in regional 2, but we had confidence issues for no reason. So regional 3, we knew if we didn't have confidence, we just go 0-3, to be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, the scrims leading up to regional 3, we literally were so bad. I literally thought we were gonna go 0-3. I think we were looking like an APAC team, unironically.
I mean, what would you attribute it to? Or is you guys just getting complacent, or was it teams are just playing super confident and it was throwing you guys off mentally?
No, we just didn't know how to play the game. We were all just playing bad. We literally, I think we did replays every 2 days, and then we tried different playing different ways, and it just didn't work, and it got worse and worse. It actually got worse and worse. Every day it gets worse and worse, and then somehow in the region we just played fine. We played good enough to make top 8.
So what's your I got called out for this actually on the Chalkcast because I said that regional 1 you guys look like the best. It was the best looking team of the whole split in terms of how you guys were playing. You guys looked like a dominant force, best team in the world, sort of stuff. Then you fell off a cliff. Is this an inconsistent?
Yeah, but the thing is, regional 1 we weren't good either.
But you won.
Bro, no, yeah, but we won, but we were so bad. We weren't good at all. Everyone else was just bad as well. We looked good because everyone else was bad.
So look, now obviously you've qualified. Do you still have confidence going into the major, or it's the same situation even though you had a rough regional?
Yeah, I mean, I got to the major to win, but the split wasn't great.
Oh, we'll get into that in a little bit. Now that you finally got your first regional win, a couple of second places, and then I feel like the whole time, I don't know if it was a thing with your team, but Jack saying, we started the season, we're probably not top 5. I'll give us 6, and then you get a couple of second places. Oh, we're probably top 3 in the region. Can you comfortably say now you're the best?
Yeah, no, we're first. Yeah, we're best team in the region. No debate, right?
Surely.
Yeah, there can't be a debate about it. I mean, coming into it, we realistically we had ourselves top 6 to 8, and we maybe pushing the major if we performed best expectations. After the 2 second places, we were still phase of first, because first killer coming into this region, I didn't realize how good first killer was, and now he's insane. But yeah, definitely now we're the best in the region. I think nobody else would argue with me.
Yeah, you're
I mean, results speak for themselves.
The results do speak for themselves. Do you think that, I guess, this is probably something for both of you boys. Moving into the major, first one with a new team, new lineup, does it feel different, I guess, coming into the major this time compared to previous seasons? Do you feel more confident, or is it more just that unknown first major of the season?
I mean, Archie's been to, did you make all 3?
No, I didn't make LA.
Oh, I mean, he's still made one more than me, so I think for me it's a standard now. I'm sort of used to making lands, and I can probably say the same for Archie.
Yeah, I mean, I think this time I've got more chance to win series, to be honest.
Why is that?
Um, nah, I mean, Semper was fine, but endpoint, no comment.
No comments. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not saying that like teams that about to play are like bad. You're talking about your own team is just better.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's more chance we just win on LAN. Like my last team wasn't great on LAN, so
Your last team wasn't great on LAN. All right, come on then. I think we've dove into a little bit. Is it the mechanics? Is it finally you've got to?
nah. I feel like it's mainly the mentality. Like
Oh.
my last team,
Wait,
like
but do I really need to take it back to our first EU show, Archie, where you literally said it's like your first team with someone that can flip reset or something like that?
yeah, I mean that's true, but like the main reason I think is because of mentality. Like my last team had the mentality of they're not really bothered if we lose. Like they're not going to win really. Like whereas like Semper we went to win. Like we got top 4 with endpoint. Like every LAN was just like if we lose it doesn't really matter. But I feel like it's just the wrong mentality.
Why did you have that mentality? I feel like you guys were still a strong team online. Why was it expectations? You guys didn't want to put any expectations on?
Well, I think like the other two, like maybe they wanted to do it to deal with nerves, like just saying like so it doesn't affect them as much. But like we did some things and like we talked to the team and they said like we got here luckily. Like it doesn't really matter how we do, but I said like I don't know why you wouldn't come to win, for example.
Really? So
That makes
alright,
sense.
so you scraped in and then well, like whatever happens, happens. That is not the W mindset we want. Are you gonna call anyone out on that? Was that like a whole team thing, or was that like
No,
individuals?
I'll
being
just say
copied?
I'll just say it was a whole team.
Because I guess the question now there was an interesting topic about how people think Quadrant are going to go at LAN. Obviously, Cash has made his first LAN for a while, and Relating Wave is the only experienced LAN gamer. You were in that system. You're on the Wave team. I'm worried about how they're going to go on LAN because I feel like Wave still struggles or has struggled previously. On LAN has been probably the weakest performance. Archie, why are you smiling when I'm talking?
No comment, no comment. Just keep talking.
And obviously they got a couple of new boys in there as well. Not new boys, but I guess LAN debutants, Exxon. Cash, how do you think Quadrant's going to go, Archie?
I think the first series is like the biggest one for them.
Who do they play?
Like they play
They
V1.
play V1.
Yeah, they're losing that.
Nah, V1 are awful, man. Surely not.
No, all of you guys from
No,
V1 recently?
V1 are
They
actually good
look
on
awful,
LAN.
bro. I don't know how they won a regional.
I don't
gonna
know.
lie.
Dude, Beast mode's really good.
Yeah,
got
but he's like
experience.
1v3.
You can be good, yeah. I mean, both times we played against V1, I don't think Beast Mode has scored. Or he might have scored 1 goal. But like, they just need him to peak in order to win. And that doesn't really happen too often.
Didn't Beast Mode didn't you pass the ball to Beast Mode?
Me?
No, he missed it.
Hold on.
Scored.
Oh, hold on. Let me talk about this real quick. Actually, I didn't know this until the series ended. Both my team, well, not both, but Itachi had already dropped the controller. Those two wanted to drop the ball, but I wanted to keep it up. So as I hit it to the wall, I called faking, not expecting both my teammates to be sat in the midfield, just sitting there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I expected, I'll fake this, somebody will hit a corner, we'll score. It'll be a big moment to get to London. But nah, they pussied out, and I can swear, right, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, they pussied out, and obviously we lost that one, but I don't take any blame for that one.
Is that like a scrim thing though? You guys like always do that in scrims when it's 0 seconds. You guys just stop talking or like completely like
No,
wait for overtime or something?
We keep it up. We used to play to keep it up to win, like to practice 0 seconds, But
yeah,
at that
yeah.
moment, they just wanted to drop it because they were scared of something, and that's not what I was about.
It's interesting.
So is that the reason that you left them? That L mindset. You didn't want that. Are you hoping that if you get to LAN now that Chronic's going to be keeping the ball up on 0 seconds no matter what?
No, we plan on doing that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I didn't leave them. I got kicked, but yeah.
You can use some copium on the other side of things though. Oh, yeah, so quadrant depends on round 1, but we think I can't see them winning the V1
I think they
series.
can get 3-0'd. Yeah, I think they get 3-0'd, but
3-0 by V1.
then I think after that they might lose to James Cheese.
Come on.
Come
No
on.
way, you believe that?
No, I'm joking. Nah, Quadrant can make top 8, I think, but it's like it depends on who they play.
I'm
And
curious,
how,
Archie.
they're playing
What's the mindset with your first matchup against G2? Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, we'll see, but I'm expecting a win, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, if we play like at least confident, like then we'll win. But if we play like regional 2 and 3, we're probably gonna lose.
Are you
How do
happy
you-
with that matchup? You like?
I don't really care who we play.
If you're playing anyone from NA, would you say the same thing about like you think you're confident you'd get the dub?
Yeah.
Is this kind of like you think you're just better than NA at this point?
Against any
Nah.
team in NA.
Nah, I feel like every team in the world is just bad. So
I mean, that's the mindset you gotta have to
including my
win.
team as well. Like every team is bad, but it's just who's a little bit better. I think right now, like watching both regions are not good right now. I don't know if you agree.
What's
I think
what's
both
so bad
regions
right
are the
now?
best. I think both regions are best they've ever been.
Nah.
I think so too. I think a lot of it is why you think it's bad because of play styles. Just having to change your play style that you're not used to against certain teams. Some teams are weaker at certain aspects of their game.
I don't know.
Do
I
you
mean,
think
obviously
wanna-
the ceiling is going to continue to rise. So I definitely agree with you there. But I think
I want to know
everyone's
like
good. To be honest.
what is contributing to you thinking like teams are bad? Like does it like overall gameplay look sloppy, or are people slow? Like what do you think?
Pressure's
about
on the
this?
line, probably.
everyone makes so many mistakes.
Yeah, but that's Rock League though. It's like
Yeah, but I
team
don't
who
know,
makes the
like-
most mistakes loses. So
I
everyone
when I
makes
watched the
mistakes.
gameplay from like spring, it was way better than now.
Spring. So it's so weird because I'm like the opposite. I feel like the quality Rock League I'm seeing these days is so much better.
You say that, but then you guys qualify for LAN, and I didn't really rate your team at all. That's why I'm curious. Like,
My team?
yeah,
What,
when
you-
you're on
you
end,
don't rate
yeah,
them?
yeah,
Oh,
but the top 4 in EU was like good, other than us.
so?
The top 4 in EU back then was better than the top 4 now. With
Yeah.
BDS, KC, Liquid, and I don't know.
I think it was
remember the
more.
other team.
Okay, well,
more solidified.
you
top
know-
four.
Moist down.
I'm wondering how much of this is just influenced based on how like shaky EU looks in their consistency. Like I'm not seeing like a consistent top 4 teams in EU at the moment. And I
Except
wonder if you're
KC.
just like except KC.
yeah.
Yeah, but KC are not even that good. Like,
Yeah, that's the other thing too, Noly, is on other shows, I've literally talked about how I don't rate KC as a consistently good team. Like they have the results, but compared to like let's say your results, I say you're consistent. But I look at KC's results and I'm like concerned. Because I still look back at who they lost to in like Swiss. They make it 3-2 through Swiss.
Yeah, but we've lost to PK in Swiss. You know, we've lost to
Okay,
complexity and
but
NRG in Swiss too.
Cheese can peak. Come on, Cheese can peak.
nah, no way you can let Sosa into a top 8, man.
Nah, I didn't let him in top 8 that time. I lost in the second regional to them, I think, or the first.
Archie,
Well,
Then you
like-
have Ajax. Didn't NA have Ajax as well in top 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bad regional 3 for NA. It was like PK and Axel in top 8.
Yeah, but that's when pressure and nerves are on the line. It's the last regional. You got to perform. Some teams just completely folded while teams had no pressure. This just goes to show, like, yeah, it's bad. Obviously, some teams had Mickey runs. I mean, it just happens. But like when nerves and everything's on the line, when to get that final spot, everyone's going to be playing worse. That's how it is. That's why LAN is like the gameplay's worse than online.
I just like I was loving Archie. You're calling him out. You literally lost to AO Geary in Regional 1 and then won the event. Like,
Yeah, but the thing is, Aogiri would be a top 8 team in NA.
No,
That's
no,
the
no,
thing.
no,
What?
no, 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 stop.
That's disrespectful.
That is not
That's
disrespectful.
That is.
Oscelon is
Tell
not.
me the 8th place team in NA.
I would agree with you if
Uh,
Oslan's ever made a LAN or have ever done anything in the game, but he hasn't. Like that's like saying like Shopify would be like should be a top 4 team.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like, they don't-
Shopify are better.
Bro,
than
after the
Agiri
first
as
regional,
well.
people were saying that Shopify are like top 5 in NA. They're
Yeah, no,
trash.
No,
Shopify.
who was
Shopify
saying
are
that?
good.
Who was saying
Shopify-
Shopify's top 5?
Shopify,
Bro, everyone, bro.
I promise, Shopify.
Who is
are good.
everyone? Okay, Shopify are good, but like you're asking who like 8 would be?
Archie,
It's probably between like
it's
teams
a
like Shopify and
Bro,
RG.
Aogiri are better than NRG, bro.
It's complexity,
AO
Fury,
Geary are
Optic
literally
are
clear of
like
NRG.
tied 8th. Are they better than any of those?
Then who?
Complexity, Furia, Optic.
Better than Complexity. Optic are so bad, bro.
Optic are bad.
Uh,
Okay,
bro,
Optic
a
did
little
kind of
bit.
shit the bed this
I mean,
split.
no, but
okay.
Optic are bad, bro. Come on, you
Optic
can't
are
even
still
say
better
that
than
good.
Algeria.
Yeah, but Furia?
Nah,
Furia's
VK
literally tied
Salem
for eighth
shows
with
them
them.
levels, bro.
You think Algeria's worse than Furia? Or better than
Algeria
Furia?
is better than Optic, bro.
No,
Furia.
but Furia.
No,
ain't good either.
Algeria is like a PK of EU. Like you got
Nah,
you
they're
got players
better,
that haven't
they're
done-
better, they're
you got
better.
players that haven't done anything. You
Bro,
got to do
VK Salem
something.
was a regional winner in RCSX.
RLCS was fraudulent.
Steezy's
You know that.
an up and comer. Steezy's an up and comer.
RLCS was fraudulent. There
He's
was no
15.
lands.
Okay.
And
What about Arsenal?
Arsenal's a beast, bro.
Stop! You're smiling because you know you're lying as well.
Yeah, but
Talk off your
okay,
ass.
okay. Optic
He's
will
trolling.
literally Optic will
He's
get
farming.
swept by them, bro.
I think they could beat Optic. I'm not gonna sit. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
bro,
try
you
and say
can't
Optic.
can't sit here and say Optic are good. You cannot say they're good.
I'm not saying
No,
they're
we're not-
good,
no,
they're not.
I'm not saying they're good. But
Yeah, they're not.
And Complexity as well. They'd beat Complexity.
I think they'd be I think both those teams would be competitive
No.
with the Algeria.
I think Complexity trolled their split.
Yeah, I
they-
think
so many open nets here are missed. That was bad.
I mean,
Yeah,
from
VK
outside
Salem does not
figures
miss
too.
those.
Like Complexity had 2 days of practice going into this past regional because CR had to go back home for his visa stuff. And on top of that, his dad was in the hospital for the first regional, so I think they trolled their whole
Wait,
split.
but he didn't have to go home for his visa stuff.
That's what I heard. They canceled all their scrims against them because of that.
Yeah, he's been playing 2s ranked all day.
I mean, I guess he just doesn't want it enough, you know. Like, I mean,
So-
me and Jack haven't gone home.
So you're saying, like, I'm just looking at the ranks. So Algeria are 11th in EU because I guess the debate right now is which is a stronger region, which is always going to be the debate going on. So you're saying that Algeria, the 11th team, is would be top. Are you saying that the top, basically the top 11 in EU is better than the top 11 in NA? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Algeria would be above Optic, Complexity,
So
all
is
those
that,
teams.
is Algeria better than Tundra?
Algeria, Ben Tundra. Yeah, they're
is
better than
Algeria
Tundra.
better than Vitality?
Nah.
That's such a copium.
So
thing,
they're
'cause, like,
top.
the
So
they
they're
lost to
10th in
them.
EU, but they'd be top 8 in. So you're saying EU's better than NA still? Confident?
I mean, he's been saying that the whole show so far.
Nah. I'm not saying. I think they're both equally okay.
That's like the first PR answer you've
No,
ever
that's
given.
actually
that is
my honest
actually the
take.
first PR.
No. That's actually my honest thing. Like, I think they're both equally okay. Like, they're not great, but they're okay.
Because it feels like EU are a lot more inconsistent. I think there was a stat that 4 of the 5 EU teams going to the
But if I was
major.
playing Ajax, bro, I'd also be top 8 every time.
Oh, that's all right. Four of the 5 EU teams going into the major didn't make it out of Swiss in a regional, whereas in NA, G2 were the only major team that didn't make it out of a Swiss. So is that inconsistency from EU or just EU's bad?
EU's kind of bad, but I think online anyone can win. I think G2 is actually probably the second best team from NA, like in the land.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I guess it's like FaZe and G2. Just because like,
I know
it-
G2 will be good
we're-
online. Like, I know they'll be
we're
good.
unproven. So
Yeah, I think
That's
us and
hard to
Gen G
say.
are for sure unproven on land because of new players.
hmm
But
I think-
I don't know. I just don't agree with that because I feel like every time you get a chance to prove yourself on land, if you got a good player, they're gonna perform. I think it's like very rare you'll see them underperform or underperform.
Well, I'm looking at Endpoint in fall. Seiko.
They were good. They got top 8.
Oh, we beat them.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, man.
Yeah, but you'd be Furia too. So I mean,
That's true. Maybe we just go to
I don't
them.
know.
I don't know. I feel like Endpoint got top 8, but weren't they the number 1 seed coming out of fall?
Yeah, they were. They won.
Yeah.
They won 2 regionals.
Daniel
wait, endpoint? Yeah, we're kind of.
in
Daniel
winter
had-
was good in playoffs, just not in.
Daniel had a bad series against Dignitas. That's about it.
Around 1 and 3. Yeah, I can sort of see where Crump's coming from because there is this narrative of like do it at LAN, but like for the most part we are still seeing these teams performing at LAN. There's not too many teams that are like popping online and then going terribly. Compared to like what it used to be. Usually like you know how we always used to be like, oh, but it's all about the LAN experience, but then we're just seeing all these rookies coming up and making top 4 and stuff. So
They're just iced, bro.
I don't know. Maybe the kid's got the eye. So you're saying top 2 is FaZe G2 Archie for the LAN?
Well, nah, I think G2 would be like G2 is probably like the best team in NA. Like not online, like they played pretty bad, but on LAN they will be good. I think every team like will be decent, but G2 will be the best.
So you've got the best team in NA, in your opinion, on LAN.
And you're
Yep,
not worried
up
about it.
first.
No. Why
You
would I
think
be
you're gonna
worried?
win?
Yeah, of
So
course.
okay, so if you, as Oxygen, are
Yeah.
confident in beating who you think was the #1 team on LAN coming out of NA,
Yep.
yet you still say NA and EU are equally as okay.
Yeah.
So this math is not working out.
But you've got to be confident in yourself to win. Like no matter who you play.
That's true.
Even if James Hughes playing KC, but you still got to believe you can win that. Otherwise, it's already over before you play. Like, there's no point even playing if you think you're gonna lose.
That's true. So your team now, you've got Oli coming in. Joris is pretty proven on LAN, I'd say. He's a bit of a Swiss stage demon, based on what we've seen statistically last season. What about your third though? What about your new boy? How's he gonna go?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Like,
How do you think
hopefully.
he's gonna go though?
I mean, I literally couldn't tell you. Like,
Are you guys boot camping to prepare, or are you guys just gonna play?
yeah, we're going like we're doing like 4 days before in Germany, and then we go to the Netherlands. We were gonna do a week, but Joris can't because he has school.
Warriors.
Do you know
That's good though.
the other EU teams? Because I think Chicago was saying this is the most NA teams that have ever boot camped at an event, he reckons. Although I think 4 out of 5 are boot camping, except V1. Chrome, is that
I don't know if FaZe is boot camp, but I don't really know much about them. But I know V1, they're like going to their facilities in Minnesota for like a few days before and flying out together, but they're not flying overseas for a boot camp. But I know we're boot camp in Gen G and G2. So.
Yeah, we're going to Guild in London.
Guild.
Yeah, we're going to Poland for our boot camp.
Poland?
I'm surprised
Yeah.
that hasn't been cancelled.
Why?
No.
Is a
Oh,
missile not heading Poland's way?
Yeah.
World War 3. Chrome's just going to be on the front line. Going to be carrying the troops. So, like, I was the reason I ask is, like, Archie, do you know any, like, so you're boot camp for a few days? Are there any other?
Liquid boot camp. KC, I couldn't tell you. I have no
KC
idea.
Moist?
Moist. I think it's like maybe. I think they're trying to. Yeah. Who's your team? Quadrant. Nah, probably not. Wave doesn't like boot camping.
I don't get that. What is happening to CJ? Well, goodbye. What's why? I mean, okay. There have been players in the past that just don't like boot camping. I just don't get it.
I don't know. They'd just rather be at home. I don't know.
I'd understand. I remember when Chrome, didn't you guys boot camp for like a regional weekend or like a league play
We
weekend?
did for a major, the winter major in RLCS.
Yeah, I get why you wouldn't do that ever again.
Honestly, I think it's just a culture thing. Like a lot of the young kids in NA, they're not all about like team atmospheres and stuff like that. I feel like in EU, it's all about like wanting to be on a team and like do stuff in person together.
No way.
That's why you see. That's why it seems like everyone's like boot camping in EU.
In EU, everyone dislikes each other. Like no one's actually friends in Europe.
Well, I believe
for,
that, but when it comes to like environment, like wanting to win, like you guys are gonna put into work. I mean, you guys are all boot camping 24/7.
Yeah, EU teams boot camp a lot, but I mean NA is like massive now.
It's true, but
I feel like
maybe it's an age thing.
I still feel like EU, like when you go to LANs. Oh, this is a generalization. I feel like, like I'm thinking of the LA major, like everyone, all the EU boys or most of the EU boys in the pool and stuff like that. Like I feel like there's more.
Oh yeah, EU socializes more than NA, even if they can't speak the language.
Yeah.
Like NA is
Everyone
like
in NA has beef, bro.
no one in NA speaks other than like SSG, G2.
What do you mean speak in terms of
Like
what?
like
Everyone's antisocial.
socialize, yeah, antisocial.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Like you couldn't go up to like you would have to start a conversation at like 99% of the times with other people other than SSG and G2.
I feel like that's probably because like so many people in NA are like boys with each other, and they like see all the other regions, like because that's coming from like an EU point of view, right? Like you coming over to the
Yeah, but
major
then
and
again, like I always just see
they're
them
not
in
as
their
chill
rooms and
with you.
stuff. Like I don't see them talking to anyone the whole time. To be honest,
Huh.
other than that, maybe like close friends, but
Because I know G2 are all chill with each other. Talk a
yeah,
lot.
G2 is like the easiest team to talk to, and SSG is the same.
So the team EU mindset is going to prevail. All right. Well, let's do a few predictions. We've done your series. Actually, do we predict Oxygen G2? What does everyone think? Noly, what do you think about this one?
I don't know. Like G2, the way they start, it's never strong. It's always like a bit rough and unpredictable. But like Oxygen, if they come into it just how they are online and just confident, I think Oxygen will take it. But it should be G2 who wins. It can go either way.
I feel like I don't know, Archie, you guys aren't the fastest starters in the world. We saw that when you won your regional. You dropped to the, well, obviously Aogiri, they're a top 8 team in NA, but
They were the best team we played, to be fair.
but at the same time,
What is
G2,
this obsession with Aogiri?
G2 last season they lost to Sandrock to Falcons, in their first series. I believe it was their first series.
You talking about fall major last year?
Yeah, full major. I think it was
Yeah, we got embarrassed.
So it's not like any team's coming out of the block. I just think wouldn't you have to favour G2's experience, Chrome? We should probably go G2 side of things.
I mean, I don't really count their Swiss and fall last year because they had Drees, completely different team. And honestly, that LAN didn't feel like a LAN. I'm sure you can attest to that. There's no crowd or anything. I just think they learned their lesson from London where they went up 2 against Carmine and Liquid and then completely took their foot off the pedal. I think they're not going to like completely like check out like they did before. I think that experience alone, they're going to honestly win that. Honestly, LAN is all about confidence, right? Like I agree with Archie on that. Like, because everyone's not playing their best, and if you're just like trying to do more than the other team, more often than not, you're going to win. But I don't see G2 like completely like losing their mental like that early on.
Yep, I think they're going to put in a good performance. It's where the Archie, they can show up the way I've seen them show up, then I think it's going to be a good series. But I think it's more likely that Oxygen will underperform than G2 would underperform, I'd say. I don't know if you'd agree with that, Archie. But
yeah, probably. I mean, it's probably true. Like based on I don't know. If we have confidence, we'll beat them. Like Yoris could literally 1v3 that team, but and I'll try my best to just make him confident so I can win. So I can sit back, bro. Yoris will 1v3 that team. Like no
way,
bro.
I will
look
say
at that team and tell me Yoris can't 1v3 them.
I thought about
he
recommending a
can't.
third guest for this, and I thought about asking Sathu.
Bro,
This
Sathu couldn't
would have
even
been-
debate this. He knows.
This would
He
have
would know.
been so funny, dude.
I mean, I will say if you want to take a top team out, you want to play them right away. So playing a G2 first round is the best time to play them, not when they're like warmed up in the tournament.
Facts. That's facts. I mean, that's what basically we did with Endpoint. Then Wave was coming up with excuses like he had the wrong controller settings and stuff. Come on, that's absolute copium. It was just round 1 and he was nervous.
That was his first LAN, yeah. All the excuses come out.
First LAN. No, don't try and. No, it's not facts. No wrong settings. Just bad at the game. That's facts, Wave.
Skill issue.
Wave, what do you? I want to ask you there in chat. We're just bringing in these guests on the side. Sathy's hanging out. Wave, what's your what do you predict you're going to finish? Quadrant. This is a talking point of EU. Where do you think you're going to go? I'm in your head. No, I'm in your head. 0-3. All right, moving on. Let's get on to Archie's favourite team, Power, because they're taking on Gen G over here. What do we got here, Archie? Talk to me.
Don't even.
I think game 5, bro.
Oh.
No, like I'm not even disrespecting Gen G. Like Power are a good team, bro. Fever's cold and Amphis is cold. Like they're literally 2 mechanical players that like I feel like they could easily be on top 8 teams in EU and NA. Like not gonna lie. Tossus is a bit of Tossus is very poor. Like he's a bot, but you know that's unfortunate. But I don't
That's
know.
a legend right there.
Genji got expectations as well, but I think Genji maybe game 5 win.
Game 5.
Thoughts, Noly?
But I don't think it'll be a sweep like people expect.
You want to back your team up, Noly, or
What
I
do I
think
need to say?
I think it'll be a 3-1 Genji.
It'll be a sweep.
He needs to sweep. Okay. I think you drop
You're gonna
one
get
game,
swept.
just get comfortable on land.
What do we need to get comfortable for?
It's
they-
first
are they-
series,
yep,
first series
yep.
on land. That's you still got to get comfortable.
Yeah, but you say that as if like Power are going to be comfortable on land straight away.
Yeah, but I could see them steal a game because it just like it was one bad game. My point.
It won't happen.
This
I say
series,
sweep.
this series sort of reminds me of 4 last season. Ground Zero played Envy, and I think Envy were flogging everyone in scrims going into it. And then I think that was the first series of LAN, and it was like Nerve City, and it was just like it ended up being a game 5.
Yeah, but we're not Envy. Like
Envy are frauds, to be fair.
Obviously, they
Envy
ended
were-
up being trash, but at the time they were pretty good.
Ooh, Oski.
Jack on land is not really.
No, Jack is better on land now after his Worlds performance. Before, yeah, it was questionable, but
Plus,
Worlds
he's never been on
performance
this.
was insane.
He's never been on this kind of team where it's a good environment constantly. So
Yeah, I give Jack the benefit of the doubt now.
I don't know. It's hard. I think it's the jury's still out for me with Jack. I know you had a different environment, but I think you still felt saw him succumb to the pressure a little bit. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but maybe a better environment. You'll be able to help him now, Genji. Better team, better environment. Be able to help him out. But I think it's still. I don't know. I don't think he popped off to at least the level he's been performing online so far.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I think Jack will, even Chronic probably as well. I think they'll both be top 5 players this LAN.
No, that's some confidence right there.
So, are you predicting a LAN dub then?
I'd like to say so. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'd like to win, but like minimum, we're happy with the top 4.
You think it's crazy going into the season? You know, we had Jack on the first show before the NA regional, and I guess you guys are still so young. You'd only scrim for 4 days, and you're thinking, you know, maybe 6th in NA, but we'll keep improving. How quickly you guys have now become #1 seed in NA, and I guess now it's like top 4 at your first major. I think it's crazy how quickly you've come together.
It's not crazy at all. Every single NA team trolls except like G2.
Like in
Everybody
scrims
trolls.
or
Yeah,
in
scrims.
events?
Nobody takes it seriously. Nobody, like when it's scrims, we try and replicate it the way tournaments are. Like we full calm, hard sweat. Try and do the best we can, so that when we get into that tournament setting, we're the exact same way. Whereas most NA teams, like they don't care. They show up 10 minutes late. They call GGs 10 minutes early. They troll for the rest of the 40 minutes. They don't skip replays. Like it's not really a surprise that we're the best in NA.
That's kind of toxic, actually. That's not even trolling. That's just toxic.
Rome?
Yeah, it's annoying.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I always have that same philosophy, so I agree. I mean, it's true.
Why is this? Is this is it an ego thing, or is it like just not wanting to work hard? Like, is this?
I think it's just like there's nothing on the line, and they think players think that they don't have to put their effort in because there's nothing on the line.
Yeah, they think,
That's
oh
the
well,
age
we only need to try when it comes to tournaments, but like scrims mean just as much as tournaments.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I bring up the whole culture thing. I think it's a culture thing too.
Rocket League is the only esport that doesn't spend like 6 to 8 hours a day, like actual work day, practicing.
Yeah, I
I don't know
mean,
if
for
you
most
ever thought
teams,
about
I think us as a team though, we've quite literally played 8 to 10 hours a day since being here. Like we've non-stop played, we've grinded, even Chronic. It'll get better over time, I think, as
I
like
mean, that's
the scene gets somewhat older. I think pros are starting to like last longer, and people hit the peak when they're a bit older as well. So
I mean, it's kind of been the case for a while. Though, is like the teams that really grind are the ones that get the best results.
Yeah, like, look at G2 and BDS last season. They were first and second because every scrim they were there on time. They played the full hour. You get 8 games in, sometimes 7 with overtimes, and they try their entire scrim.
Would you guys
And
rather
getting, like-
than the we looking at how much teams are practicing? We can only practice after school because there's so many teams are under 18. Would you like a world where let's forget that it was under 15 and over. It's like Rocket League esports started at 18, and then it was like people were scrimming at midday, 1, 2 p.m, and then having their nights free. Or would you just keep it how it
Yeah,
is?
no, that'd be way
That's the
better.
best. Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah, because like now, like I have to end my day like after scrims. Like we finish about 7 because Chronic's still in school,
Mm.
so it's like 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, and by the time 7 p.m. comes around and I eat, I can't do anything else. So yeah, being able to play like midday is a lot better.
Do you think the esport, like the level of play, would be better if we had that? Like it feels like if we had an age cap, or there already was an age cap 18 and over, that there'd be more like strict schedules in practice and stuff like that, because you'd have that better, I guess, work-life balance as well, not just having your whole night, as you said, taking up. So do you think like it'd progress the esport, or we still
Yeah,
be the
it
same
would.
sort?
Plus, people would be happier. I mean, it's a known fact that like the later you go to bed and the later you wake up, you're in less of a better mood.
Mm.
So like, and I think Rocket League's all about mentality. Like only a small part of it is mechanics. Everything else is how you feel on the day, the environment you're in, your mental state. And if you get up early, you play, go to sleep somewhat early as well. It doesn't have to be too early, like 10 p.m. It can be later, but like it'll put you in a way better mental state and then elevate the esport even more.
Do you see a world then where I think Valorant did this, right, where they raised the minimum age, but they gave like a 2-year window or something, or a year window. So it's like, righto, guys, we're going to raise the minimum age to 17 or 18, but we're going to do it in 2024. So the people that are 14 turning 15, and the people that are already that age and playing will still be able to compete. But after this point, you have to be 17 or 18 to enter the system. Do you see like a world where we
Probably
could
should
do that?
do that. They should do that.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be tough though because like there's always both sides. Like the people who aren't turning that age are going to be unhappy about it.
I mean,
So it's
I have a feeling that if it stays 15, it might be one of the reasons Rocket League ever dies. Like just cascading through like lack of work ethic and lack of actual dedicated hours. Like you and Jack are able to put in your hours, but like is Chronic able to put in the hours while also still maintaining?
he puts in like
additional
70, 80. He puts in like 70, 80
Jesus.
hours past 2 weeks, which is like it's a lot. Like it's a lot. It's more than most people. But
I mean,
like
it's
you'd be
kind
able
of
to put in more.
concerning at some point, like because he also has to commit a lot of hours to school. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but I don't think he gives a fuck about school.
And-
So
I mean, that's what competition. You put more time in than the other players, you're more often than not going to perform better. That's just how it is.
yeah,
I think as well, like if we had it at 18, then we can have like regionals be like LAN regionals and stuff. Like people that have more of a free schedule to be able to fly around, and like you're not tied down by school. Would be huge. And I think as well there was a topic that came up today about, I think Jack tweeted, seeing people drop out of high school that aren't even at the top of their esport, dropping out of school to pursue professional Rocket League. When you got guys like Chronic, who's on the number 1 team in NA, still at school. It's like, yeah, there certainly are people. Yeah, Sathy, there are people doing that and either going to online school, which is fine, but other people like dropping out entirely just to play Rocket League. But I think you work out when you drop out. This is sort of a topic as well we talked about with Garrett in Chicago. Like once you don't have any other hobbies outside of the game, you're not really practicing anymore. You're just like less happy, and you're pretending like you're gonna be practicing now 16 hours a day, but you're still only doing 8 to 10 hours a day tops. So I think you need that work-life balance.
I think a big thing is there's not much actual structured like team schedule. Like the most schedule you have these days is you show up for these scrims at this time, right? But if you look at, I don't know, any other professional sport or esport, like coaches and managers are giving like these 8-hour schedules, like 6 to 8 hour schedules, where you have dedicated lunch breaks, you have like different hours for or like replays every single day. They have other sorts of practice outside of scrims, which Rocket League doesn't have, and I don't think ever will have unless they actually decide to start grinding hard. But there's like dedicated custom pack training and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And because there isn't that kind of structured schedule, there's no kind of the players don't have a boss that tells them that they have to work these times. It's very self-structured, right? Which is a problem because these players don't know how to self-structure like that.
Pretty sure Sathu has a little system to see what his team are doing. He might be able to confirm in chat. But Archie, I know you've had in the past, or might still have, a bit of an injury as well that had inhibited your ability to put in hours. How are what's your current schedule looking like? What's the current hours? Are you grinding or
I have 50 hours, but we didn't scrim this week, so
did you guys? I guess is a bit of a collective, might be a hard question because I know you would have grinded going into the first regional, but you got the win. Don't tell me you guys slackened off for the second regional.
no.
That was sort of the meme going in that you guys will be
Had the same hours.
Yeah, okay. Well, you
Still
guys will
lost.
be. Everyone's like, you guys will be grinding at the start, the honeymoon, but then you might stop grinding a little bit. Are you guys going to maintain the grind?
Yeah, of course, but I mean, people just complain about hours, but like, whenever I touch the game, my hands hurt like the whole time. So
Is
I mean,
that
people
arthritis?
make fun of my wrist. It's kind of annoying because like I literally play with pain the whole day.
it's actually
You have
terrible?
arthritis?
Yeah, I have arthritis, but it's not my wrist. I had to have like 3 scans on my wrist to check.
So
That's
have
rough.
you like diagnosed it, or is it just still like an ongoing,
I have a strain injury.
like a
It's
repetitive
just
strain?
persisting.
Yeah. It's because I play like claw as well, so it doesn't help.
Oh,
Oh,
that
Yeah,
sucks.
I play Claw as well.
Have you noticed
Wow.
anything like popping up? Noly?
Yeah, I get pain every 5 days, but like I'm trying to reduce it now by doing hand stretches and stuff, so it's not like as prominent. But I honestly I'm fine with hitting my hands, like if it means I can be a pro for longer.
It was crazy. I feel like I never had any hand issues or any injuries or something, but then the few times that I've played Rocket League after since Worlds, I've actually my wrists and everything's just been aching. I don't know, it's just because I haven't been playing all the time and I was just got used to it. But the few times that I played, I've been I don't know if I could have played another season or grinded because I'm actually in pain when I'm holding a controller now. I don't know if that's something that's developed, but it's crazy to see, here, basically, you guys both have, I guess, injuries or issues. You said you play claw, but do you have any? You said you play in a bit of pain as well. Sorry, Noly.
Yeah, a bit of pain. I mean, I think probably most people do. Like Rocket League is like you're moving your fingers and you're putting strain and it's tense like the entire time when you're holding your controller. So to not have any after effects because of that, it'd be pretty much impossible. So most players will have some pain at some point in their career.
What do you guys play claw for? What button is your index finger touching? The ball cam?
Like my index touches ball cam, boost, and square as well.
So circle, triangle, square.
Yeah, I have the same.
Yeah.
There's no real advantage though, is there? You could change your bind. I never play claw. There's no real advantage to claw because you can change your binds, I guess.
I vouch for the Garrett G and JNAP's boost on R1 playstyle.
Yeah, that's what
So
I
that-
did too.
So
My
that you
pro
don't have to claw.
I didn't. I didn't claw. I just had my thumb hit everything on the circle, triangle, X. But so I could boost and jump with thumb, circle and X.
I mean, that's why if you look at other esports, other FPS games like Halo or Call of Duty, they all have their custom controllers with paddles because clawing you have hand problems after a while. It's just not a natural state to play games in.
It is kind of weird that not many people in Rocket League use any controllers with rear side buttons, whether it's like scuff with a paddle or anything like that. It's kind of weird.
I think Corrupted G did. He was like one of the first guys to do it. Archie, have you thought about like changing the way you hold it or changing your setup then to try and help your wrist?
No, I mean, I get pain when I use my keyboard and mouse as well. So,
I mean, I
But,
guess
like-
it's tough when it's like full on arthritis and like all of your hands are just like that.
Well, his is
Yeah,
just
you get
Yeah.
arthritis because you claw for a long period of time.
well, no,
You don't
I
take a
already have
break.
arthritis like in my spine and my knees, but I don't have arthritis in my wrist. But if I had arthritis in my wrist, I wouldn't have pain because I take drugs for my arthritis.
Do you think, like, is it for you? You need like a long break. Do you think for this, if like as a doctor or someone recommended that you just need to?
Well, yeah,
try
I've been
and
to
let it
loads and they say I need to like take weeks off, and I literally can't take
Yeah,
weeks
it's
off.
impossible with Rocket League.
Like I've literally had the pain for like 2 years, and they say you need to take like a month or two off, but like there's literally no months off you can take for the last 3 years.
That is literally,
Bro.
I guess.
Why does this come up every single show?
Yeah.
Does it mean it's a real problem that there's literally no player break?
Yeah, it's a massive
Yeah, it
problem.
is.
11 months.
That's
a
what happened
year.
to Violent Panda. Violent Panda had to end his career because of his hand problems as well.
Yeah, but he was also
Mm,
bad too.
Yeah, yeah, he was dropping off.
Yeah, but that's
Come
probably
on.
because he's probably stopped playing the game around that time while other people are grinding. Got it, you know. If you stop grinding, obviously you're gonna fall off.
If I get a petition started for making a longer player break between seasons, you guys would sign it or what?
Yeah,
Bro, I'd sign it 50 times, bro.
it's literally.
No, I
it's
mean
an
all
11
the
month season.
players that are bad at the game get good player breaks. Like if you don't make worlds, you get a good break.
Yeah, but that's such like a bad.
But you
player break
get
because
punished,
There's
you
still
get punished.
stress of like you have to be
If you're a good
playing.
player.
Like those people that don't make land, they're gonna be like grinding ranked, grinding twos. They're like people are gonna be looking for new players, doing tryouts. Like it's not a proper break if you don't make land. Like you think NRG? Well, I guess NRG actually are taking a break because they already tried one, but they're doing an actual one. But you think like a team like that is gonna feel good after their break, and knowing that they have like 3 weeks of practice they could have been getting in that just didn't happen.
I mean, they can have a mental reset as well.
I think.
I
Like,
guess
I don't think you
that's the
need
other
to
side
like
of the
scream
coin.
the whole time. Like Nolly said, like it's literally mental is like most of this game. Like the actual
Still
gameplay,
gotta-
like anyone
You still
can
gotta
be
play the
good.
game though. Like I feel like if you take way too long of a break, you're just not gonna be able to catch up.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, like I stopped playing for 4 days when I went to LA, and now I'm back and I'm screaming. I'm not as good as I was when I took the break. So after even an extended break, where it's like a month or two, it's good for like a mental reset. But if you don't play the game for that long, it's hard to get back into it properly.
But I think if you had enough time to get back into it as well, I think the problem is right now, if you take a break, the longer you take it, then there's only like a week until an event, and then you don't have enough time to sort of get back into the system. But would you guys say, I guess hypothetically, if we had Worlds, say in June, and then we had sort of July, August as the player break, and then everyone's back into it September, and then like 1st of October is like the first regional, so have like 2 months off, or we could
That's good.
Or we could do, say we start the season in January and then we finish in August, and then we can have like that the rest of the year for like, random lands / a break. So we start the new season in January every year, or the end of January, and we have like a shortened 2-split season into a Worlds in August, and then that last 4 months is just like a player break / like BTSs, like E-League, stuff like that if you want to go to those. Like, there's more room for different tournaments as well.
Does anyone here watch F1 Formula
Yep.
One?
Yeah.
Archie, do you?
A little bit, not really. I don't really like keep along with it, but I watch like sometimes.
Do you understand? Do you have like any segments about how it works, or like kind of general structure of the season?
Nah.
Okay. Well, they're about to have their last race of the season, like this weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then not only do the racers have a break, but because there are engineers that work on their cars, because every team's car is individually unique, the engineers are forced to take a break. They cannot develop anything for the car for a solid 2 months. Forced by the league. Because I think Noly has a point with like, if you take too long of a break, you just come back worse. But if everyone has the break, and the break is long enough to incorporate a de-rusting period, then it's probably healthier.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make sense. Like, Cyanox aren't going to come and be like, you guys aren't playing Rocket League for this month off, you know?
I mean, I don't think they'll ever enforce it.
It's
But
like
if they
the
give
CS
it a
player
if they
break.
give it enough time,
Like
Yeah.
the CS like players union or whatever, they put in a like 2 month. It might just be a month. I'm not sure, maybe a month and a half player break. But it's just like recognize that no one is like making roster moves. No one's like doing tryouts, stuff like that. Everyone's having a break. Like you can still be playing the game and do whatever you want, but like it's just recognize that okay, we're not. Everyone's like you're not doing shifties and trying to snag people from different teams during that break. Like that's just
Yeah,
recognizes
but
everyone has a holiday.
they're all like 20 to like 30.
Hmm.
You know, they're older, so they've got
that is
they
true.
understand things better. Whereas this esport, because it's so young, like there's always going to be so many problems with it.
I guess you know a good not a segue, but a good little transition here is we talk about the player break. We're looking at a team, Archie, over in your region, like a BDS, who obviously Monkey Moon before this regional was sort of talking about not being in the best state at the moment, and a lot of stresses and mentality stuff like that. They have, I guess, not met expectations again. They haven't made the major. A world championship team not making the first major. Is this like a burnout sort of thing? Do you think they need a break?
Nah, I think they just like didn't try as hard afterwards. Like they just like won worlds and like that's it. Like we've won worlds. Like what else is there to do? I think they just like stopped the grinding.
Motivation thing.
Yeah. Even though I don't really understand like if you just won, why would you get demotivated? But I guess it affects different people differently.
I think it catches up to you. I mean, Monkey Moon, like for instance, was always like top 5 in leaderboards like years before he became a pro, and it eventually caught up to him after he finally won the big thing. Like, what's next, you know?
Yeah.
And then they took a break. Like Seiko wasn't grinding ranked from like a Reddit thread I saw. Someone like was,
Yeah, Seiko. I literally
lurking
never
on
saw
his
Seiko
account.
for like 2 months.
and if you take a break gameplay wise, like not even worried about scrims, just like playing ranked in general, or just like playing free play, you're gonna fall off. That's the hardest part. Like, yeah, like a team break of like a longer break between RLCS seasons might help the mental for like a team out here, but like there's gonna be teams that are gonna take that advantage to grind, and they're gonna become better, and then you have to play catch up, and that playing catch up isn't always a sure way of like getting better again. Some teams can't bounce back from that mental of like losing to teams that you should not be losing to anymore.
So do you think it was more like they're like we're BDS, like we're gonna make the major sort of thing, so they weren't too worried about their practice going into this season?
I don't know. They just weren't good. Like they were nothing special. Like before, like Seiko would flip his out of nowhere, and like now, like he just doesn't do it. Like he doesn't do anything like that anymore.
Did he drop down to like quite literal 0 past 2?
I have no idea, but I literally never saw him on the game.
Because I'm wondering if there's kind of like a sweet spot of people, like of hours you could put into ranked to just kind of stay warm, so you never really get rusty mechanically. Whereas at which point the only thing you have to worry about is actual team play. Coming back to scrimming, because I think
think,
ranked
like,
is a lot
yeah.
less pressure heavy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I think like mechanical players need to play more as well because, like, for me, like I can play like 40 hours and feel good, but like I think more like people that are like Seiko, I think he needs way more hours to feel good with his mechanics because he relies so heavy on them. Whereas like I literally like just don't use any like flash mechanics like he does, like because his flip reset is his main like thing that he does. I never saw him do it once.
in the regionals this season.
Yeah,
this
like
fall.
I didn't see him do anything like that.
Maybe they told him not to.
What?
I don't know. I
You're
don't know.
told not to.
Maybe I mean there could be like a legitimate like coaching issue.
That stuff happens, yeah. With teams.
Maybe they want him to like play differently or something. Not necessarily like told him not to flip reset, but maybe they told him to play differently where it gave him less opportunities to do so or something weird. I don't know. I'm just like playing a minor devil's advocate that it might not just be lack of hours or lack of practice.
What do you think, Noly? Do you think BDS not the shadow of their former self already?
I don't know. Like, I love BDS. I wanted them to do well again. You know, I wanted them to, like, even potentially win it, you know, back to back, be a dynasty. But just, I don't know what's going on in their heads. Like, it's a known, like, it's a common thing for people to win like the best thing possible in their competitive like area and then drop off afterwards because like the drive goes away. But for me, they just don't seem like those type of players. Like Monkey and Extra have always been so hungry to win. I don't know too much about Seiko, but because they've always been so like they've always had that drive, I don't know why they would have dropped off so suddenly, other than like the competition just catching up.
Probably, yeah. I just reckon that, the problem is the season's 11 months. You work so hard. They reached the pinnacle. They did it. Like, you want to celebrate and enjoy a bit of time off. But then before you know it, like, I didn't play the game for a month and a half, but it felt like it came around so quick this new season. Like, Sathi was talking about it. There wasn't enough time for everyone to miss the game, if you know what I mean, miss the esport and get back into it. It was just like, bang, first season's around the corner. And it to me, it feels crazy that we're, less than 3 weeks away from the first LAN, like, of the new season. Oh, did ads just play? Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, it just seems crazy that we're straight back into it. I don't know what you guys think about
I mean, a little bit. Like, it's not too bad because, like, if I weren't playing Rocket League, what else would I be doing? Like, there's not much for. Like, I don't know. Like, Rocket League takes up so much of people's times because of tournaments. That it's like it's almost worth it at the same time. Like, it is a hobby for most people. Like, for most people. Otherwise, like, if it weren't and you didn't enjoy it, like, you'd just quit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what we were talking about on our show with Chicago and Garrett, is that without like the extra hobbies and things that pull you away from Rocket League, like Rocket League just becomes your hobby, and it's never really that good when your job is your hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least for like mental.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so many problems right now in terms of like players' mental health, like burnout, injuries, stuff like that, all stems from like how long the season is, and even the fact that we don't have other like third-party lands right now because there's no room. Like, we had Gamers 8, but that was like so squeezed into the season that it was crazy, and some teams didn't even want to go, or some players, because there wasn't that. They want to have a break. But now we get the people back. I think the talking point right now of the off season, I guess, not the off season, but I guess it is for some teams, is the Furia situation. I want to get your guys' thoughts right now. There's been a rumor, Justin's obviously feeding into it. Noly's shaking his head right now. What's going on here? Furia, they came over. Kaio,
Wait,
gone. What?
It's abysmal. They should
Noly,
never.
wasn't it you in the picture with I saw on Twitter or something on Reddit? Who was it talking to Justin in team chat?
Oh no, it's beast mode.
I was beast mode.
What thing from today?
Like how can they bring somebody over from South America, right, into North America, not perform like straight away, which is it's hard to perform straight away in a region, and just like send them back to South America. That's not nice at all to do. Like, yeah, okay, he underperformed, but like, nah, just I've lost respect for.
No, I totally agree with you, Noly, but we don't know what was going on in that camp. Maybe he was just like toxic, or maybe he wasn't playing the game. Maybe he wasn't doing the things he was supposed to.
Kyle, he played the game because I saw him often in my twos lobbies. Like, he was the worst on the team. He underperformed, but he definitely doesn't have the worst mental. I think. I mean, going off track records and who tends to have the biggest ego is the more mechanical players.
Okay, just before we start leaking stuff, has it been confirmed that someone is being kicked off of Furia?
That's just a rumor right now. Shift posted it.
Shift posted that Justin is.
So it's just the rumor. It's just okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty confirmed though that he's gone. If like this is the rumor and they're just talking about who's not.
I think it's 0% that Justin goes. It's impossible.
That'd be so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get Justin into. I'm assuming they speak Portuguese.
Yep.
Portuguese, yeah. Justin does not speak Portuguese.
Unless somehow Justin learns Portuguese, or has been learning. I don't know. That'd be weird.
I don't know. I agree. It feels crazy because for me, watching them, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but like that first split, I didn't think they necessarily underperformed. I think they were performing at a pretty high level. I just think that they're performing in pretty hard region. And if you look at their last season in South America, they weren't winning every regional. Like they had a couple of like I think they lost in a quarterfinals once. Like they weren't just completely dominating South America either. Like so then they come to a harder region and they almost make it. You know, they were so close. I guess they were, finishing up equal 6th, 7th around there. Like it's not. I don't think they underperformed. I don't know what their expectations were if they were just gonna do what you guys did, Noly, and second, first. But I saw them on an uptrend since they moved. So I feel like they didn't need to make a move.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they shouldn't have moved to NA. I think that was a stupid decision straight away because like here they have to play up to like say like 10 teams who are good, whereas in South America they play like another 2 teams who can compete with them, and it takes a toll on like fatigue and you get tired throughout the tournament. So like it's no wonder they didn't really perform as they should have, even in ranked. Like in ranked, none of them were great.
I think honestly, because me personally, I didn't have them making the first major just because they showed up late to the region. I think they honestly took an ego hit that first event, and then it just went downhill from there because they're usually expected to be the best, and then they realize they're not the best anymore. Maybe that's partly why, but I'm not surprised they didn't make the first major, just from their work ethic of coming in. They probably weren't playing the game before. They probably did a BDS where they didn't play the game, and obviously that's going to cause inconsistent results.
Archie, what do you think of Furia?
Like I think they moved to NA for the money. Like you're obviously gonna get like way higher salary in NA.
I mean, that's why I moved.
Yeah, like, and obviously Sam, you're not gonna get much. Like I don't know Sam's salary, but I doubt they get very much money. Like it's like that's the reason they moved for sure. Like the salary. If they got the same salary in NA, they would not move. They could just.
But then, would you rather have a higher salary or make majors in Worlds?
So,
I guess that's got to be personal preferences, right? Whether the players themselves want to compete or get money.
Yeah, we don't know that. We don't know that reasoning from them, though. It's a problem.
But I mean, you say making more money, but you could also say like I think it'd be different if they moved to NA. Like, no, you can do content stuff like that. Like these guys aren't moving to NA to do content and pursue their YouTube career stuff like that because obviously they're Portuguese, speak Portuguese, and would be better off doing that in South America. But you look at the opportunities they're missing out on, as you said, majors and worlds, huge prize money from that, and even like other events, because now they're a North American team that if they were over in North America last season, they probably wouldn't have been invited to Gamers 8, or they would have had to qualify for that. They would have never won that, however much they won, like 600 grand or 500 grand from that. So I guess Yummy's right as well. Like they won so much money. I don't know if money was that much a factor that they just wanted to improve without realizing that they might not be a top 5 NA team. Maybe as Chrome said, do you think it was just like an ego thing? They're like, well, we're a top 4 team in the world, so we're gonna qualify for majors in North America, even if it's harder.
Yeah, because I look at the roster move that they're making. If they're making a roster move that early, I think it's an ego hit because you're gonna go to a region where it's stacked, like, and they felt like they won Gamers 8, right? Convincingly, I guess. And then they go to LAN and get top 4, and then they do well at the LA major they did well, and then the winter major they did well, or the spring major they did well. So I think it was an ego hit. You don't make a roster move that quick. It just doesn't make sense.
Pig saying that maybe Kai wanted to go back and there was a division. I don't. I think they all want to stay in NA, so I don't think that's a thing.
Do.
I think it's purely Furia were not happy that they didn't make the major, or they felt they underperformed, and they want to try and use this opportunity to pick up someone better. But I don't know. It's that team was, I think, one of the reasons they were so good. They were a pretty, I guess, longest standing roster, and they were improving every LAN. They won a LAN. They won a Gamers 8, even if it was a Mickey LAN. And now they're making a move. I just think it seems so early. Like it's the first split. When you think about it, you're playing 3 weekends of Rocket League, and if you don't perform in all 3 weekends, you're probably not making it. Like just how close NA was this season. So I don't know. It feels a bit rushed, doesn't it?
I mean,
just go ahead, Nolly.
I was gonna say, like, Jack says this, like, he said it before, so I'll give credit to him. But like Fury going into lands, a dark horse team, like nobody knows what to expect because
Mhm.
you don't scrim them week in, week out. Whereas in North America, like you're scrimming them maybe 2 or max 3 times a week. So you'll get used to them, and they're not going to have that sort of like fear factor over the opponents as they do like if it came to a major or worlds. So like because people have gotten used to them, like the way they play it, it's not as effective anymore.
You know, we were talking about that. I forget what show it was, but Johnny Boy was actually curious about whether or not like Fury would be elevated because they could scrim better teams more frequently, or if people would figure them out. And is the general consensus at this point that they've gotten figured out?
Yeah, they have. Whenever I talk to any of like the NA boys, like it is like, oh, we beat Furia today. Like it's not something. It's not too special anymore.
It's just not. I don't know, because like when we first started, we screened them on land with Retals, obviously, and it's just like they were really good. But then we screened them with LJ, and it's like, wow, they can't even hit the ball properly. They can't even aerial. They don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah, because there's no fear
What,
factor.
I don't even think it's a fear factor. I think it's they weren't playing the game. They mechanically were off altogether. Whereas on land, they were just like doing crazy stuff. Like, everyone on their team was mechanical.
Do you think they might have gotten hit by a little bit of an ego check as well? Kind of like they thought they might come to NA and kind of dominate, and then they didn't play. They didn't put in hours. They didn't.
100%. Ego's the reason like why so many people's careers go downhill. Mine did at some point. And even now, like we're the best in NA, but like if we don't keep grinding the game and trying to be the best, we're gonna fall off as well.
So, yeah, I guess the most important thing is like you have to be aware of it. Maybe that that ego thing. Once you're aware of it, like you said, Nolly, perhaps you have to get down into the depths of decline a little bit to realize like how hard it is to stay at the top. Maybe that's why as well, like BDS are feeling the effects of being at the top, the burnout, stuff like that, and perhaps getting caught out the first split. But look, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see like whoever Fury do pick up. There's no way it's Justin. I think that'd be the craziest thing ever. Then NRG as well would need to find someone else. I don't know. It's a move. It'll be an all-time like historical move. This one, that like in terms of like a failure.
NRG
move. No, Furia. In terms of like just a powerhouse international team that moves over, and then as I said, I don't think they underperform, but I think just to call it there to try and make a move just feels like clearly they see this as a failure and they were expecting a lot more than this. But I don't think anyone else was expecting them to be like a top 2 team in NA straight away.
No, I think people had them quite high. I didn't until like I scrimmed them and realized they aren't really that good.
Mm-hmm.
But, like it was them, and I had Complexity doing pretty well as well. It was like SSG, FaZe, G2, Furia, Complexity. That was my top 5, and obviously the 2 teams who I guess couldn't really grind and keep up, they were the ones who didn't make major.
It's definitely a lot more about work ethic, stuff like that. So that's, I guess, what we're seeing right now. Maybe if we can shorten the season down, give people more breaks, and everyone can get on a better work ethic. But look, I think we've wrapped up a few topics. I do want to get into some major predictions though, because you guys know we predict regionals, but how do we want to do this, boys? How do we want to predict the major? Do we want to give like our top 4 for the major predictions? Top 5?
I think top 4 and then 5th best team. Top 8. Yeah.
Same as regionals.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the. Is anyone ready to just jump straight out and give their top 4 for the major, or do we need a little bit of planning?
Not gonna lie, I was not prepared for this.
I was not either, actually.
That's what I'm thinking.
Usually I am.
I want Archie to go first, though, no matter what.
I need to pull up the teams. I don't know the teams.
Oh no.
Obviously, it's dependent on the bracket, stuff like that. But just basically, yeah, just you don't know how it's going to go. So just predict your top 4. Who's going to be the 4 best teams in order?
I know my top 4.
In order? You want me to do order? That's harder.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same format, right, as the regional. So like you have your grand finalists, so top two, like first and second,
Okay.
and third and
Third,
fourth are
fourth
probably
equal.
going to be like
Alright,
the
Noly,
equivalent. And then...
you can hit us up, man. You've got your.
Right. Well, you said in order. So do I want to be like? Do I want to back myself completely? Because there is a chance. Like I'm not going to be disappointed if we don't come first. You know, it's like to be realistic. So
Historically, Noly, when the players back themselves fully on the CJCJ show, they do what they need.
oh really? Okay, Gen G first. So we'll go Gen G, FaZe, and then G2, Carmine.
And do you have a best performing team out of the quarters? The quarter
Out of the
matchups that
quarters.
yeah, who's like out of your teams that you would put like 5th or 8th? Who do you think looks the best on stream in game?
In game.
Yeah, like who looks
you
the
know
best?
what?
You think out of those 4 teams?
I'll go for a little bit of a. A tricky one and say the club.
The club
Ooh.
reaching all the way to the quarters, and then they look the best out of the other
Unlucky.
quarter losers.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
think so.
Game 7 quarters.
Interesting.
So we've got 3 NA and 1 top 3 NA, and then an EU sneaking in there at
Yeah.
4th.
100%. Yeah, I think like even if it's not us or like out of the top 5, I think out of the 5 teams in NA, I think 3 of them will make top 4.
Interesting. That's some confidence.
And
I like it.
I have to ask as well, since Archie's here, where do you think? Where's your prediction for Oxygen to finish?
Oh no, I still think
we'll sweep the finals.
I still think quarters.
Yep.
Okay, so Oxygen at least the quarters.
Yeah, I think for a team like Oxygen at LAN, it's hard to not get quarters unless like they show up, they don't play the game, like I don't know. It's Swiss as well, so there's too many like not good teams for them to make it into quarters.
Well, I'm gonna put you on the spot again. Which team do you think underperforms for what everyone's expectations will be?
Either V1 or underperforms. I'd say Liquid. Like they just won a regional. So people are gonna expect high things, but yeah, I still think they'll underperform as well.
Liquid are going to be this season's endpoint.
Well,
What do you mean?
As in like underperform with the major after winning and looking good at a regional or 2.
I don't think it's too comparable,
Loose
to be honest.
that'd be
Yeah,
like
it's
Carmine
kinda loose.
underperforming. I feel like number 1 CDU coming in and
Yeah, it's probably closer actually.
finishing maybe 5 to 8. Whether that's underperforming or not. All right, Jazzo, hit us up. Give us your top 4.
Whoa, we're not gonna hit Archie first?
No, we'll go to him last. He's gonna wrap it up.
What? I have Gen G winning against KC in the finals.
That'd be a good final, I think, as well. I think that's what most people want to see.
I feel like that's what people are going to expect to see as well.
The 2
Like, I
number
feel like
1
I'm
seeds,
going super
like
like
last
PR.
season.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going super PR here, and I think the rest of you is like not so great. So I have FaZe and G2, 3rd, 4th. So like same as Noly, just move
Swap
KC
FaZe
from
and
3rd,
KC.
4th into the grand finals.
Yeah.
And then my best performing 5th team, it's probably an NA team. So it's probably SSG because I don't think V1 is gonna very well.
And who? Wait, did you just give your underperforming team?
No, I didn't. I can give that to underperforming.
Who's going to be like the NA or EU team that like either nearly
Well, it has
goes
to be an NAU
0-3?
because I was gonna say Falcons.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, Falcons are gonna be the underperforming. I think people are gonna rate Falcons highly, but they're not gonna. I think they're not gonna compete as hard now that people have gotten better. Well, Archie wouldn't say they got better, but I say they got better, and Falcons are gonna drop out.
All right.
What? 9 to 12?
Got it. Well, I don't think they go all 5 Swiss. I'll say that.
They're like 12 to
Yeah,
13, 14. That
Yeah, I think they'll win one series. They'll beat either a SAM team or an OS team, but they'll have like an unlucky Swiss, and they'll play all like top NA or EU teams. Like probably 2 NA teams, 1 EU, and lose all 3 of those, and beat like either a SAM or OS team, and then they'll drop out 1-3. Even though they probably should be able to beat more than just OS or SAM. Probably catch a dub against like a V1 or something if they catch them, but they're probably not going to because it's Swiss.
Oh, well, for mine, I think actually I was going to go FaZe as a win, but then I realised that we're in EU, and I don't think that NA teams win EU lands.
Only one time, I think.
Only one
Madrid.
time. So I think if this was an
Who
NA
was that?
land,
Who was that? Who was that? Madrid.
NRG. Yeah.
NRG.
Yeah.
and Turbo.
And Turbo. That's an EU player, right?
An EU player, yeah.
So
GG,
you know, I
there you
think
go.
could
2
be
EU
Gen
players
G,
stronger. Yeah.
Okay, so if it's an NA team, that it's Gen G, but I'm gonna play. Yeah, I don't know the side of court. I want to see you guys first. I want to see you guys how you're gonna go. But number one, I'm gonna stick with my EU mindset now. I'm gonna go KC first. I think they should be top 4 the way they've been playing. Just consistency. I think Vitira on lands always does his thing as well. So I go KC first. Second, I'm going to go FaZe. Second. Third. Fourth, I'm going to go... Third, fourth, I think Archie can make a semi. I think they're going to lose to KC in the semis, though. So I'll go Oxygen third. Fourth, we'll go... Who's going to lose to FaZe? Fourth, let's go SSG. Let's go Chrome Dome. I have faith in SSG, but they're going to lose to FaZe in the semi. Best performing quarters team is going to be Gen G, obviously.
You just said that because you didn't put us in top 4.
Yeah, I
100% he did.
I think you're going to make quarters is basically what I'm saying. But I think around your mark as well, I think you might get you might get like a KC or something in quarters. It's going to be a close one. But I think G2 will be around there as well, quarters. Underperforming team. Who's not making it out of Swiss? I'm going to say... V1 don't make it out of Swiss, and they go 1 and 3. Tough run V1. But wait, who did V1 play first?
They play Quadrant.
They play Quadrant.
Yeah, I think that could be their win.
Did they release the schedule real quick on like how many games we're playing a day? Is it like?
I don't think so.
Is it gonna be like Swiss and fall? Did you guys play 2 a day, CJ?
We
I
played
on
the first day. We played 1. If you won, you played 2. So basically,
yeah,
on the first day, I went to.
Yeah, we played 2 in Sweden. Yeah. Yeah,
But
if you
lost,
lose,
we
you
lost
only
our
played that
first
one.
one, so we only played 1.
Yeah.
So V1's a day 1 team, so they're definitely gonna go 2-0 day 1.
No, don't you play 2 in day 2 as well? Like you can be eliminated on Thursday. Yeah, I think if you win 1, you make Friday. But the 0, you could go 0-3 and go.
You
out
can only
in
be
2
eliminated on day 2. You cannot get eliminated day 1.
Yes, but you can on day 2, so you can go 0-3. If you
But this
win
major
a game,
starts on Thursday.
what's
This
that?
major is 4 days long.
Oh, it start-
Wasn't
Yeah, that's true. It starts on Thursday.
wasn't last fall 5 days? Did we start on a Wednesday? Didn't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think that you will be playing more than 2 games a day then. Oh no, because it goes till Saturday, like Swiss. Because Sunday's just
Wait,
top
are they
8
doing all 8 team on
top
Sunday. 8 on Sunday? That's so bad.
Yep. So
That's literally worlds all over again.
Yep. So I think it'll be if you win 1 series, you make Saturday. 0-3, you can go out on Friday. Yeah, I think it's only 4 days. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't quote me on it, but yeah, pretty sure.
Unless these dates they have to be right.
It's 8th to the 11th.
8th to 11th, 100%, right?
Yeah, because we get there on a Monday and then media Tuesday,
No,
Wednesday.
they've got to be doing Swiss over 2 days, but they haven't made anything public, and everyone here probably
But
knows
you have
more
to
than
play
me.
so many games. I don't think they can do it. 2 days of Swiss.
No, it's 3
But
days.
how
of
are they gonna-
Swiss.
how are they going to put all of top 8 on one day again?
Well, that's what they did at Worlds. That's
Bro,
why
they're
it's starting at
super
10
early.
a.m.
But everyone said that was bad.
They're doing that because, well, one, they only got the venue booked for 4 days, so they couldn't do 3 days of Swiss. But I think also they didn't want the whole situation with the venue closing. Like, they had to start earlier so the venue doesn't close. But I think they want. I think the reason they're doing this is because the crowd's on Saturday and Sunday, and they want everyone to be able to play in front of the crowd. I believe that have made the event, because otherwise you could have people getting knocked out before the crowd. Which I think was a thing anyway in London, wasn't it? I don't know. I think they're changing their mindset, but we'll see what happens. That's my 5. I will say, Noly, that the last time I did this with Jack, I also gave an honourable mention to Gen G. Didn't put him in the top 5 or top 4. Then you guys got top 2, so I'm just continuing your trend. Keep exceeding expectations. That's all we need from you guys. All right, Chrome, hit us up.
I'll keep it quick. I'm going to be full PR here. I think KC wins. Second place will be G2. Third, fourth will be Gen G and Space Station. Best performing 5th team will be FaZe. I think the club will underperform.
What
are the expectations for club, do you think? Yeah.
I mean, their teams are rating them really highly to do really well this event. I think they had a really Mickey region, and I think that they're going to have a reality check at LAN.
I think KCP will beat them first up.
You think people rate them as getting quarters, but they don't make it out of Swiss? That's what you're saying?
I don't think they make it to the top 8.
Okay.
Where's Oxygen finishing then, Chrome?
Oxygen?
5th round of Swiss, quarters?
Either 5th round of Swiss or quarters. Honestly, that 5th round of Swiss is going to be super sweaty. Anything can happen.
I can't wait for Oxygen to win the whole thing.
Honestly, you can see V1 getting reverse swept in Swiss because they start off strong. And if you play 2 matches the first day, I don't know. I don't know the schedule. It all depends on the schedule of what I'm guessing. But I think V1 make it to like a round 5 or quarters as well.
Big ups to iBlowArse in chat. Absolute superstar of the Twitch scene. All right, Archie. Wrap it up for us. Give us your top 5. He's been smiling there when we've been predicting Oxygen in quarters in 5th round of Swiss. I'm looking forward
last 4 major, everyone predicted me to go 1-3 in Swiss, and I got top 4. So,
hey, except you, man. What did I say? What did I just say to Noly? Everyone that rates himself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we win. We sweep G2 in the finals. Easy win. Get off the stage, you know.
Wait, you won't even get to play Gen G in the finals. That's
Gen G.
Sorry, I won't interrupt. I won't. Sorry.
Okay. So we win. We sweep G2. That's the easiest series we play all like a tournament. Semis. I'll go with. Well, I'm looking at the teams.
He's double backing.
Let's go Falcons. I'll go TRK Masterclass. Bro, if they have a good mental, they can get top 4 easy. Like, because their mentality is the biggest thing. Like, if they start losing, they're just gonna lose, and if they win, they're just gonna win. So, the first series is important for them. Falcons, we beat Falcons as well. Sweep them semis.
Double sweep. Let's go, dude.
Other semi, we'll go Team Power.
Wow.
Amphis, he tries his best, but Torsos own goal game 7.
Okay.
And then the fifth best team, I'll go with I'll actually go with Moist. You know, I actually feel like they're bad, but like, I feel like on land they will play good. Like, is that weird to say? Like, they're just like, they're not good. Like, they're not a good team, but like they're just good on land. So
yeah,
they could randomly be good. Yeah, exactly. But like they're really bad online, but like they could just be world class on land for no reason. And then obviously, I think KC will not make top 8.
That's an underperform.
What?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
KC, wait, hold on. You just said KC's not making top 8?
Nah. This
man is just a demon for every team out there right now.
He's no
Archie just thinks everyone sucks. Right
No,
now.
we knocked them out. We go 3-2 Swiss. Like, we lose to James Cheese. We go 0-2, and then we're struggling. And then I tell Joris to go ball chase, and then he just. Then we beat KCP, then Secret, then we beat KC in the fifth.
Archie, you just said you're confident in G2 in the first round. How are you going 0-2 already?
Listen, it's manifested already. It's happening.
He's gonna get the Mickey run and then win the tournament.
This guy is doing the AO Geary run. He's going to lose to James Cheese in Swiss and then sweep playoff Sunday. That is. I mean, well,
Wait, Archie, did you go 12-0 in playoffs?
In playoffs? Or
Yeah.
playoffs?
When you won the regional?
No, we went 4-2. Should have been 4-0. Then we 4-0'd. Then we went 4-2, but we should have followed that one as well. But you know, they just came off a big win in the semis.
she's
Against Moist.
dominated the predictions or the Twitch poll for the best top 5. There you go. Oxygen G2, Falcons, Power, and Moist is the top 5 that the chatters agree with most. I just quickly, like we just touched on the Sunday again being like Worlds, where it was playing all 7 series, 7 best of 7s on the final day. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's going to affect any teams more or less having to play the whole day? Because sometimes you'll be playing it. You might start at 10 a.m. and you're playing the grand finals at 5 p.m. or later. Is that like a burnout?
You know,
thing?
Archie said everyone looks bad right now.
Uh-huh.
The worst series we're gonna see all year is the Sunday in Amsterdam grand finals. That's gonna be that's gonna be the worst quality Rocket League we've ever seen.
You reckon?
Yeah,
I don't
no matter
know.
who's in it.
I could see that. But as long as we win, I'm okay playing bad Rocket League.
I don't know. It's gonna be.
Fair enough.
I hopefully we don't get this again. It's definitely too long of a day. James Cheese, do they win a series?
Yeah,
Yes or
they beat us. So, and then they also beat Quadrant. So
they go 2-0.
no. So they go 0-1.
Oh, sorry, 0.
We're
Yeah, okay.
also 0-1. We lose to G2 0-3. Like Chicago destroys us like 4 rating,
Demolished.
and then James Cheese play Quadrant to go 2-1. They go 2-1. Then they lose the next 2. Sadly,
Damn.
very sad.
Noly, do you think James Cheese can do it? Can they win a game, a series?
Nah, I don't.
They'll win a game against KC.
I don't know. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll take a game off KC. I honestly don't think they'll win a game up until round 3 when they're 0-3. Or when they're 0-2 in the third game.
They can beat
Wait.
Pioneers.
What team do they have the best
KCP.
shot at winning a game against?
They'll sweep KCP.
Probably like either.
Quadrant.
I don't know. Actually, are they the worst team? They're the worst team coming into it, aren't they?
No, there's no shot. What are they?
James
Who?
Cheese
Yeah,
was
the lowest seed.
maybe
Sorry,
the
them are
club.
secret.
Oh well, yeah, they are the
Oh,
lowest
sorry,
seed. Yeah,
Secret,
100%.
They could beat Secret, couldn't they?
Yeah, maybe secret.
Army
yeah.
Sam record.
You don't think they can beat KCP?
No.
Are those the only two teams you think they could pull
Bro,
games
Power
off of?
destroy KCP. How many
Yeah,
games did
nah.
they lose in grand finals to them? CJ?
No,
Both
I
times?
still think
I think
Power
it
are
was
better than
4-1,
KCP.
4-0,
4-0, right?
4-1.
Yeah.
Power definitely better than KCP. But
Yeah,
enough that
but-
you think
On land, though?
Kami's better than all 3 of them, bro. Kami's cold.
I mean,
I don't know. I think I still rate KCP over Power on land probably. I know Fee was sick on land, but if you look at Power last season on land, they lost. The only 2 teams they beat was us, like Renegades and an APAC team, and then they've gone 0-12 their last 4 series on land.
That's like endpoint, to be fair.
True. But look,
wait,
we'll have
is
to
this
see. What's that?
is this Tor Sauce's first LAN
What?
since
London.
He was
when
at
his last
London.
LAN?
London.
Okay.
Third split. So they lost to Liquid and FaZe. Yeah, I think it was just double alien, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
double one.
All right, then we're going to wrap it there because I know that Archie does need to get his sleep schedule on track if he wants to make playoff Sunday because he'll be playing at 9 a.m. So
Well, I got to wake up early anyway tomorrow, so
there you go. He's already on the ball. So shout out to him because it is probably 1:15 to 2, nearly 2 a.m. So shout out to Archie for coming on the show. Shout out to Noly as well for his debut. We'll absolutely be having him on again. Beautiful little NAEU major preview show. We might be doing another one of these. We're just kind of pending on our schedules. No, next week is Thanksgiving that Jarzo will be, having all the family around. So we're not sure what's going to go on there. Maybe we'll do one in 2 weeks' time, just before the event, and give our final thoughts. Maybe do a predictions while Chrome is boot camping. But we'll work that out. Make sure you follow the socials, and this will be posted to YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, all those good stuff. But boys, any final thoughts before we go? Do you want to leave the fans with anything before the major? You get behind you, boys. The confidence. Leave them with something.
You can go first.
Archie, what's the most controversial thing that crossed your mind while we've been here sitting today, but you didn't say?
Oh, nah, you could. If you asked me that like 20 minutes ago, I could have said, but honestly, now I'm like, nah. I think of something controversial like every minute. So I was gonna say KCP goes 0-3, but that's not controversial, surely.
What's when you win the grand finals? What's the dinner you're gonna get? What's the meal?
Probably a very nice steak, very expensive steak.
What cut?
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Oh,
that's
temperature.
good.
Like,
Ooh, he's
like
classy.
what cut? Like
The
prime
most
rib,
expensive one. I don't care. The most
sirloin.
expensive one.
ribeye,
He's going for the
like,
tomahawk.
full tomahawk. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Valid.
Pull it off.
Medium rare tomahawk. Valid.
Oh, no, what do you got for the fans? The Gen G fans, the believers.
I mean, what do I have to say? I don't have to say anything else to give us confidence. We're already the best in NA, arguably the best in the world. So I'll leave it at that.
Absolutely
What game is your
stuff.
skill level higher in, Noly? Rust or Rocket League?
Which?
Rust or Rocket League?
What about it?
What's your what game has your higher skill level?
Ooh.
High skill level?
Yeah, you personally, you in Rust or you in Rocket League?
Don't know, man. I haven't touched Rust in about a year. I haven't played any of the games in about 8 months, so I've dropped off and everything else. Going full Rocket League. Nothing else for the rest of my life.
True grinder.
All absolute workhorse. All right, we'll see these boys. Hopefully, we can continue the top 4 buff. We know it technically got ended last time with Garrett coming on the show and not making top 4, but we may have what would you say, a bit off more than we could chew with that regional that we had Chicago and Garrett. I don't know if it was humanly possible for them both to get top 4, so hopefully we can get the major buff. I know that's why these boys are here, to try and lock in that top 4 buff for the major. So hopefully we get Gen G and Oxygen there. But that's it for the CJ Show, episode 6. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will see you all later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.